shafafa on the side.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another road edition of the Lunchbox. Actually, the first road edition of the Lunchbox in the year 2024. And boy, am I happy to be in this place because this is where the action is going to be next week. And we are very, very happy to be returning to Union Kitchen and Bar on Dixie Highway in Wilton Manors, and joined by now proprietor, sommelier Roberto, and of course his wife Christy is the chef here at Union Kitchen and Bar. And I'm gonna first of all raise a glass of good wine and say, to heck with dry January. You guys, if you come to Union Kitchen and Bar, right, Roberto?
Exactly.
You gotta sample some of your great wine list or some of the cocktails here. How are you doing? And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, guys. And it's good to see you. It's been pretty amazing. Good holidays. And
Nice.
we're excited for a great 2024. Definitely.
Yeah, restaurants around town have been very lively, packed to the gills over the holiday week between Christmas and New Year's traditionally. But I guess how have things been going overall since we saw you last? I guess it was over the summertime, and
It was over the summer, and things went well. We did an amazing holiday season so far, and we moving forward. We're getting ready for Valentine's Day, and of course we're getting ready for the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival with the dinner collaboration that we have next week on Tuesday, the seminar, the wine seminar on Wednesday, and then the grand tasting on Saturday.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned the upcoming Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. A lot of restaurants around town are taking part, but I don't know if any of them have the level of involvement of you. You guys are like a triple threat,
Yeah, I was
because
gonna say.
you've got you as the sommelier. You're going to be doing a wine seminar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You got Christy as the chef is going to be hosting one of those collaborative, intimate dinners with a visiting chef, and that's we'll talk more in depth. And then to culminate it, you're going to be at the big grand tasting. So what more? I guess you guys are really gluttons for punishment.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, why not? I mean, well, let's do it. Let's do it all at the end of the day. So that we don't have anything to do anyway. So
Phil must have had some pretty good, I don't know, persuasive powers to
right.
Either that or some sort of compromise. No.
I'm in the yes industry, so it's very difficult to say no for me, and so we just
It's good.
just say yes, let's do it.
He took advantage of your hospitable natures here. And of course, your background, you and Chrissy, just give people the capsule summary about Union Kitchen and Bar and how long it's been up. And the kids are here.
Yes,
kids are still off of school, and always good to see them. But yeah, so the capsule history of
the long story short is that Christy and I met at the previous restaurant that we were working at. Michaela Larson was the owner of the restaurant in Boca Raton at the Boca Raton Resort and Club. They put us together. She became the chef of the restaurant, and we kind of fall in love there.
Yeah,
and,
these things happen when you work in
exactly.
close company and you're, two people.
It happened. Two
talented,
people,
yeah.
and sharing the same office, and
And look at that,
and
two people
working
make two
together
little
12
Yeah,
people.
two more people. Yeah.
Well, you've got your daughter and son are off school, and that's
Yeah.
great to see them, and they help out in the
the
restaurant.
two
sometimes.
rascals are
Yeah.
here.
But you opened
And,
up like right after COVID, right?
yeah, we opened here after COVID. During COVID was August 2021, so it makes us almost 2.5 years now.
Wow.
And yeah, we're excited. We're on to the third season
Yeah.
at this point.
Now we were here for the second anniversary this past August.
Mhm.
Lubie is a little bit. He's fighting. He's a gamer today. He's on injured reserve lists. He was first listed as questionable, but look at him. He's here.
Well, I'm not gonna
Defoe
miss Union
is
Kitchen and Bar,
out today. Defoe has actually been ruled out for the whole week with his knee and ankle injuries. These are the perils of when you're finally hit your
Come back,
70s,
yeah.
but hopefully he's going to get all that taken care of, and we'll see him again next week. But meanwhile, Lubie, you came in here for a proper dinner with the Shirls after we did the show. Can you just describe a little bit about what your impressions were?
First of all, my wife's very jealous that I'm here and she's not. It's one of our favorite places around town. It's a place we still mean to bring Her parents, my in-laws, are very big wine fans, and they love creative, delicious, original food items and dishes, and that's what you get here at Union Kitchen and Bar. What was really cool is, first of all, she's big into wine, as you know, and she has her own tastes and her own interests. And I was like, well, let's see what Roberto says. So she picked out a wine, and Roberto came over, and he's like, well, and once we heard that, we're like, okay. And he's like, well, I have this for you. And it was like from some small town. It was either Spain or France that like we'd never heard of. And that's what was cool about being here is you get wines that you had never heard of at all.
Offbeat
Like,
labels,
some grape that we had never heard of.
that you don't always
But
see.
it was
on,
fantastic.
Yeah. And then what was culinary highlights? You had I'm trying to remember.
We had a lot of the stuff that we had
chop.
here that day because it was just so good, and she didn't get to really eat it fresh. So the pasta that we enjoyed and some of the other things, and then they brought out some other pasta. We were stuffed, and it was amazing. And it's just the vibe here is like the kind of thing you can get out, you can relax, and you're home, but it feels like you're away from home.
So it's amazing to me, Roberto, a lot of people who consider themselves foodies and on the Let's Eat Facebook group, a lot of people still haven't been here. That it's kind of tucked away, down that side street, Dixie. It's not on the main drag, Wilton Drive, and it's near a lot of, I guess, little theaters and stuff. But are people finding their way to you?
They're getting here.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. We're a little bit off the beaten path, and probably that's why not lots of people came. Finds us, but that's the beauty as well, being off the beaten path and not being the main drive, not being in Las Olas, and
Las Olas, I get trampled when I go down there. Like I get claustrophobic, and I was like, help. Now we're going to be there tomorrow with our friends Dave and Brad at Even Keel Las Olas, and they're taking part in the festival too. But I kind of like this restaurant. Checks all the boxes for me. I mean, it's run by a great couple. I love mom and pop shops and that are independent, not these big, corporate back chains, and where you get to, you don't have to run it up the flagpole if you want to bring in a new bottle of wine or revamp the wine list, or if she wants to put a couple of new entrees.
She does it. And that's the beauty at the end of the day. We don't have to answer to anybody apart from ourselves. So if we make a mistake, it's all our fault. It's nobody else's. But that's the beauty as well. We gotta work hard, and we challenged by that. We are challenged by the difficulties, and we love that.
And you come from that European Italian hospitality school where you really you're touching all the tables every night. You're making sure people are happy. You don't want people to go on to an online review site later and say, "Oh, this went wrong." You want to address situations as they,
we
if
try.
something is
We
developing.
definitely try. And if you choose to go on some of those sites, including
Let's see.
Florida.
It's a love-hate relationship. I feel like Dr. Frankenstein. I created
We're
a monster.
fans and we're enemies at the same time.
We gotta learn from our mistakes at the end of the day. But if we get to fix it right there and solve the issue,
you always do.
Well, one thing I noticed, and Shirley and I, because you people watch, there was not anything but smiles. And what was great is Roberto is literally at every table constantly. And another thing that we're big fans of, and that's why you like the omakase, is we like asking the chef. We like asking the proprietor. We like asking the servers. The servers were fantastic as well. One of the servers suggested a dish, and it was amazing. What do you like here? What are popular here? What is something that's new here? And you talk about checking boxes. They were great at all of those things, and it wasn't just for us. We did the show here. It was literally wherever they went, we saw people getting all these different things, and people were so excited to be here and so excited to get the food. And again, we talk about it so much, but it is an experience. And what's going to happen next week is going to be a very great experience.
And let's get into the meat of the matter. I mean, if you have not been here, obviously you could call and make a reservation for this weekend and come on by. They'll be serving. And again, the address here is
2309 North Dixie Highway.
23
in Wilton Manors.
In Wilton Manors, 2309 North Dixie. There is parking a lot on the side. So even though parking gets a little bit maybe congested later on when it's prime time,
when it's busy. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it is. Yes. But again, you can come this weekend. But really, the time you want to be here is when the true action is going to be taking place, because there's something about when everybody comes together and people are traveling from around the country. And let's go through the quick rundown. We've got And it's for different price points too,
Yeah.
because Tuesday night you have this collaborative dinner, right?
Yeah,
And
Tuesday night we have the collaborative dinner with Vinny Cimino, and Vinny Cimino is a chef from Cleveland. He owns and is the chef of
it's a
Cordelia, Cleveland.
Cordelia, or is
yeah,
that,
Cordelia was the name of the grandmother.
okay.
And so when they opened the restaurant, they in honor of Cordelia, is basically they
So it's
opened,
Cordelia in Cleveland is Chef Vinny, and it's Cimino. It's a soft C,
Cimino.
not a Cimino. I would have said Cimino.
I mean, I would
but
say Cimino because I'm Italian, but hey,
It's
it's
all
United
right.
States of America.
but he's coming, and I love when it's kind of like Defoe's big into jazz and musicians and bands, and when you get two really talented musicians together jamming, that's what this festival is
That's
about.
what it is.
All kinds of these dinners are taking place. Some of them are sold out, like the one our friend Tim and Baloo, along with it's going to be a great collaboration with the great. I'm blanking.
I was gonna
now.
say, I'm like, I think he's doing one of them too.
He's doing one of them with the visiting chef Brad Kilgore from
Yes.
Miami. I blocked on the
They're a
name
friend
for
of
a second, but that dinner sold out. This one is not, and
Okay.
we want to
Gotta
rectify
get that
that
sorted
right
out.
now because your wife, Chef Christy Tenal,
Fantastic.
along with visiting chef Vinny Cimino from Cleveland, they've put together this multi-course
This is
dinner.
ridiculous.
Mhm.
It's $175 per person. There
Yeah.
are not many tickets left, but
No, just a
and it's going to be like how many people overall? What's the
We're expecting about 50 people overall.
So it's that
And,
nice-
and it's going to be a nice feeling of nice dinner, all indoor, and is that multiple courses
and
menu,
great wines too,
with wines and sake.
and so
Oh,
And,
nice.
I did something special. So the wines that I'm gonna do for the hors d'oeuvres is a Blau Frankish pet nut pétillant from Slovenia,
Slovenia,
which is
and it's
which
a
is
rosé, right?
Rosé,
Yeah.
exactly. Brau Frankish is a red grape, originally from Austria. This is Slovenia, which is just south of the border of Austria. And but ultimately we're doing this because this is who we are. We like to do something that is out of the
love
ordinary,
it.
a little bit of eclectic.
Yeah,
That feels so
that's
Roberto.
our
and let me
vibe.
just- Okay, so a multi-course meal, and the menu is up online. If you go to
Uh-huh.
vlfoodwine.com and click on the different dinners and click on the Union Kitchen and Bar dinner, you'll see the full menu. But let me just give you people a sampling here. And again, when you go onto the vlfoodwine.com website, you can also purchase your tickets. Again, I know some people say, it's a little bit more expensive than usual, but
Yeah, but you're
consider
looking at
this. You get amazing
Look at what this
collaborative
is.
dinner. You
Yeah.
get great libations, and better yet, a portion of the proceeds from the evening goes to benefit the Joe DiMaggio Children's
Yeah, that's
Hospital
amazing.
down in
right.
Hollywood, which is, of course, the main beneficiary of all the food and wine, the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival events. And
Exactly.
they do great work down there. Believe me, I've spent some time in the hospitals in the last month, and I see all these kids. They take just the wonderful care that they deliver at the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. But all right, you want to talk about some of the food? I look at this hors d'oeuvres, devils on horseback. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds good.
The food will be a collaboration of Christy and Vinny. Vinny, we're gonna start with 4 hors d'oeuvres, 2 from Christy and 2 from
Oh,
Vinny.
nice.
Christy will go down a little a bit
Yeah.
more in details. With
Let
the
me
food.
guess. I see a
but-
crab causa, which is a Peruvian dish that has
So
whipped
you
potatoes.
can guess who's coming
I'm
from.
gonna say that's a Christie dish.
Yeah, exactly. That's Christy. So we'll concentrate a little bit more on seafood, and while Vinny will bring a little more the
smoked
meat and
smoked jalapeno pimento
That
cheese.
feels
I'm
like him.
saying that's going to be a Vinny thing.
Feels like
that's
him.
a Vinny thing.
with a
Grilled
smoked-
octopus feels more
Well,
like
that feels like that could be a
Christie.
Christie thing.
That
That's
feels
a
like
Christie.
That feels like
That's a
Christie.
Christie.
I'm looking through this thing. Look at this. Look at
Yeah.
this. Got hors d'oeuvres passed with that
Yeah.
beautiful Slovenian wine. Then we
Yeah.
got appetizer of beef tartare
Beef
with a
tartare.
sake. Right?
Yeah, this. So I recently took a course with the Florida Wine Academy and of sake. So definitely want to bring something to the table that is different, that is out of the ordinary. So we chose a Junmai Dai Ginjo, which is milled down to 48%. So you have only 48% of the rice remaining, and you really get that fruity and milky flavor of the Junmai Dai Ginjo, and truly, because it's so in a way delicate, and it will bring the flavor of the tartar much to a hyper level, definitely a bit more of an experience rather than just covering up the flavor.
It seems like a good marriage to me. I mean, you get some great quality, beef
Exactly.
tartare with a really fine sake.
It's
all good, and then you go right into kind of a more Italian course with the ravioli with the squid ink lobster and ricotta, and that looks like a beautiful with a nice Rhone Valley. Is that a white or?
That's
or,
a white. It's
yeah.
a southern Rhone Valley white.
Yeah.
So it's a blend of several different grapes, from Grenache Blanc to Roussanne,
nice.
Marsanne, and gives you the style of Chardonnay kind of style, which is more mainly full-bodied white wine, but not a Chardonnay.
Look at the way this guy talks about. He talks about wine the way I sometimes get into the food. And do I get brownie points because I knew it was a white and not a red without even having any cheat sheets there?
It was a Blanc.
Oh, it does say Blanc.
I read French. Speak other languages or not?
Oh man.
No, but that's literally what my way. Because then we're gonna talk with Chrissy. It's the same thing when she talks about food. The description, way they get into it, you're sold. And the way he talks about the wine, the fact that the detail, the sense of detail that it goes into the flavor, both the food and the wine and the pairings. I'm excited about this, and it's still a week away. Like, I can't wait for people to be able to experience this menu.
You might see me that night. You realize this, Roberto?
Might.
I just made the reservation.
I've eaten, all the other foods with all the other chefs that are coming in. Those, Jeremy Ford, I love him. What he does at Stubborn Seed. He's going to be with our friend Paula Da Silva at the Ritz-Carlton Burlock Coast. That's going to be on a Wednesday night. I've eaten Jeremy's food. I've eaten Brad Kilgore's food. I've eaten Tim's food. I haven't eaten this guy Vinny's food. So I'm going to, make my way over here, and because this menu looks like it's smoking hot. And let's talk about Wednesday night, though. You're, again, the different price point. Everything. Different thing. It's a wine seminar that you're conducting on Wednesday night, the 10th, at 6 p.m. and it's the reasonably priced $50 per person. What's going on?
$50.
Yeah, $50.
And we're doing a wine seminar / wine tasting.
Oh, really?
We are doing it outside in the back patio, and we're tasting 4 different wines from Italy. It's an Italian wine seminar,
and that's your native land.
That's my native land. I'm also as a sommelier, I'm a WSET level 3, and I did the French wine scholar, Spanish wine scholar, the sake level 1, and then I did the Italian wine scholar, only level 1. I need to finish the level 2, and lastly, master sommelier level 2. But anyway, we're doing this wine seminar with those 4 Italian wines, and we're going to touch North, Central, South, and islands.
Oh, what's the island? You're going to use a Sicilian wine?
It is a part of Sicily, but it's a small island out of the Tunisian border, basically, in the Mediterranean Sea, just off about 40 miles off the coast of Tunisia. And it's Pantelleria, which is a small little volcanic island.
I love that.
Expand one wine.
You can expand your horizons by coming to these things. That's the whole point of a seminar.
Exactly.
I didn't go very far with the whole graduate school thing. I'd rather.
I did.
Yeah.
For whatever that did. I'm not as specific as Roberto.
No, but I tell you what, that sounds exciting. Is there going to be any kind of past hors d'oeuvres with that?
There are going to be hors d'oeuvres, so something to nibble as well for with the wines, and then and we're gonna learn. We're gonna make it fun anyway. We're gonna do something that it's going to be a boozy journey. Basically,
I like
and this will be head by you. You will be handling this, Roberto.
And again, forget dry January. I think what the term I hear a lot lately is damp January.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a little bit here and there where you come to a nice event, especially in.
Well, they're all dry wines.
Oh, there you go.
It's a
dry
wine January. Dry wine January. I'll drink to that. Hey, what are we drinking right now in front of us? And I love these big balloon glasses. By the way,
those are Riedel glasses that we used, and it's a different ranch winery, which is winery of friends that have been making wine since the 70s.
This is in
Sonoma
Sonoma.
Valley.
Yeah.
Kenwood
wow.
is the city or town
Yeah,
where they
I've
make
been.
this wine.
Yeah, and it's called
And
Deerfield, but not Deerfield
Yeah,
Beach.
No,
exactly.
no, Deerfield
It's
Beach.
not the whale's rib red wine.
I like it.
Uh,
What is
yes,
your take
it's-
on California wines? As a guy who's from Italy, you're accredited with Spanish and French wine. My wife and I, she had sort of looked down upon California wines until we did the trek from San Francisco to Santa Barbara, and it opened up her eyes and it delighted my taste buds to find some really nice wines. So, as someone who's Europe, where it's born and bred, what is your take on California wine?
I just love wines in general. So there is no such a bad. There is no bad on anything.
Mhm.
I love California. I mean, just going there, as you said, you may not think about it. You go there, it's like, wow, that's incredible places. And the wine and wineries, and many of them don't even make it out of California.
Mm.
Of course, there is the big boys around
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
everything that only a few people can afford these days. But then there is many of others, like especially this Deerfield Ranch, that is still reasonably priced, and is the quality
Very
is just
drinkable.
incredible.
And this is a blend. This is a red blend
Nice.
from Sonoma. You were telling me it's 7 different grapes.
Seven, yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
this is they change blend every year, every vintage, but this is a Syrah, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah, it's got all
Petit,
the
and
good,
all this kind of
all the
things.
good stuff. Any zin
Yeah.
in here? No,
No,
yeah,
no,
that
not
would
yet.
be okay.
Not yet.
It would be, but yeah, all the classic grapes that you find in Sonoma. And you know what? I'm a value hunter, and I know a lot of people. You know, there's something to be said about the classic Napa Cabernets, but I think there's a lot. Valley, and then you were down on the Central Coast there
Central Coast.
yeah.
Well, we didn't do Napa. A lot of people said you can go to Napa, but that's for tourists. Go to so we actually did do Sonoma,
Mhm.
and then we did the Central Coast, and then we went all the way south, and we really enjoyed it. So I'm curious. I'm always curious because it's not Napa got its name for a reason, right?
Yeah,
Like
of course.
it's not that it's not great for wine, but it's just always interesting to find people's tastes and different opinions
Yeah,
about it.
I think you gotta do Napa eventually because
Okay.
Napa is
Yeah, it's
just
classic.
it is. People say yes, it's touristy. It's the big wineries. It's but I mean, once you get there, there is something about it that is.
It's
just,
like I'll put the sports analogy because that's what he understands. If you go to New York, okay, you're gonna go to Citi Field and see the Mets, but at some point you got to go to Yankee Stadium. too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
got to see the
it's-
landmarks.
Yeah. So
exactly.
all right, so this is going to be a really exciting week. Again, the Tuesday night is the collaborative dinner with visiting chef Vinny Semino from Cleveland, who I think he's gotten James Beard recognition, semifinalist nominations.
Exactly.
So that's going to be great. And then Wednesday night, the wine seminar with Roberto, a tour of Italy for $50. You get some great tastes and also some, besides the sips, you get the bites. And then Saturday, what do you got in store for the people attending the grand tasting at the Las Olas Beachfront Park there?
I think that would be a surprise.
Oh, nice.
Got to keep something.
Okay.
I
gotta-
gotta keep some of that.
Something under your
Okay.
hat. They need a little bit of mystery, right?
Exactly.
And
But we're excited though. We're excited to go be down there. This is our second year to go over with Philip and
Phil and Kate,
they're doing a great
doing a
job.
bang up job. They've gotten
Exactly.
everything together, and they do such a smooth and seamless job. It's like you never see them stress.
Nope.
And they've got a lot of things that have been going on in
That's
their
right.
lives the last few months, and but man, you don't see them sweat, and I love working with them
It's that
because
Italian heritage.
they have
that's,
yeah, that's right, Phil
Honestly.
Marrow. He knows how to get it done. But the nice part is it's all well organized and it's right sized. I mean, even if you come to this dinner,
Yep.
it's not like
That's
some of
it.
these places you go with 200 people and then the service gets back to put out 50 plates. It's
That's
the right size.
Yep.
It's
we're not trying to make something too big and oversell it or anything. It's something small, intimate, and right, so that we can all talk. Everyone can listen, and we make it fun. We make it. It has to be a little bit educational, but at the same time, it's fun, and we're gonna be happy with it. We're gonna be in a positive spirit for 2024.
Oh, yeah, this puts me in a positive spirit right here today. And again, thank you so much for having us out on short notice. But that's how we roll here sometimes on the Lunchbox. We say, hey, let's go out and give them our friends Roberto and Christy a visit. We want to get this wine dinner packed to the gills, sold out. Well, not packed to the gills, comfortable, but comfortably sold out. It's going to be a great night. And not that we want to get too far ahead of ourselves, mister, but February 14th is for lovers.
Oh, this would be a great place for Valentine's. Oh, my God.
Are you taking reservations for the Valentine's Day
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's been fantastic. Every Valentine's Day that we have done here is going to be an a la carte menu.
Nice.
And we're definitely going to do some special, some holiday special, sort of holiday.
If
special.
they want to make a reservation, it's online now.
It's online right now.
Website?
It's Explore Talk. That's where we are. But even if you just go on Google, you can just
and it'll take you to the website or the reservations platform, and you could get your seats now for both the wine dinner next Tuesday night, January 9th, 6:45 is when it's called for, and the wine seminar the following night at 6 p.m. Again, those tickets you can find at vlfoodwine.com, along with some of the few remaining events that have tickets left. Every day I look up there and it looks like there's another sellout, which is exactly, that's what we want. We're on course. And there are, I think, still some tickets remaining for the grand tasting, where you're going to have a nice surprise, gunning for that People's Choice Award winner and maybe the Judges Award too. I don't want to say who any judges are, but it's going to be a fun time. Roberto, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Always
much.
A pleasure.
Cheers. Thank you.
Lubie, let me just say a couple kind words about our friends at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. The holiday craziness is over, but the quality seafood, poultry, meats, and everything you need for everyday cooking, weekend entertaining, or football playoff time is coming up. You could find whatever you need at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. It's been in business since the 1950s. You know it. You love it. 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood. And they are open every day, including Sundays. You can go online to DelawareChicken.com for the weekly specials and the daily offerings, including the freshest of fish coming in from local waters and also from the North Atlantic and the West Coast. And, of course, they've got plenty of stock of the fresh Florida stone crabs now in season. They are delectable. Again, if you got visitors in town this holiday week, you want to have them definitely stop in there, pick up a taste of Florida. And for the football games, hey, get some of their homemade, house-made sausages.
Yes.
They've got the turkey, the chicken, the classic pork varieties there, along with chicken wings, chicken thighs, anything you want to throw on the grill. Nice. Delaware Chicken Farm Seafood Market. They're our friends. Go by there, say hello to Doug, and, of course, the great managers, Jose and Gene. We're going to be in there at the end of the month. I'm looking forward to it. Tell them Lunchbox sent you.
I'm talking about looking forward. I appreciate Roberto's time. His better half, and I think he would definitely title her that, the person that handles behind the scenes, but what we all, the star. The lines are right there with it, with Roberto. But Christy's going to join us next and talk about this fantastic menu for the Union Kitchen and Bar Cordelia dinner.
We're going to get some food, too.
Next Tuesday, right here at Union Kitchen and Bar on a visit Lauderdale Food and Wine. Wednesday on the Lunchbox.
I'm mixed up with my days this week. It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me. I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices, served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Max's 9089 West Atlantic Avenue in Delray Beach. For more than a decade, a top spot for lunch, weekend brunch, and dinner at the Delray Marketplace in West Delray. It's a family-friendly dining room in a comfortable setting with also an outdoor patio that's pet-friendly. American classics like chicken and waffles, brick oven pizzas, chopped salads, and of course, great burgers, including the famous Farmhouse Burger and the traditional Prime Burger. Open 7 days with happy hour at the bar and high tops from opening until 6:30. For reservations and more information, go to bertandmaxes.com. People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. Look at that. I'm here with all my friends. Nobody abandoned me. Roberto is hopping around here, bringing out some food that Christy is preparing. We've got Lubie on the soundboard, mixing board, and also trying not to keel over.
Yeah,
How you feeling there, Lubie?
I'm fine. I just don't, in this day and age, it's funny. Back in the day, like, I've never been a call-out guy.
Yep.
So, and it wasn't being selfish. I just, you get sick, you work, that's what you do. In this day and age, I feel guilty if I have a sniffle, but the show must go on. And I was not missing you in kitchen and bar.
You would make it big in the service, hospitality and restaurant business there, Lubie, because they love people who are tough gamers.
Yes.
And you don't call out.
No, never.
Do you have that problem with staff now, or?
I think it's it's everywhere.
First of all, welcome back to the Lunchbox, Christy. It's a pleasure to see you. Happy and healthy New Year. You doing all right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, the microphone keeps bouncing down. Let's get it here.
There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
That way people could hear it. Perfect. All right. So what's going on? What isn't going on? You got all the stuff. The holidays just over. Next week, the big Food and Wine Festival.
Excited about
and
that.
You've hit us up with some of your greatest hits right here.
These are just a couple of the menu items that we have currently on the menu since we changed seasonally. And then we'll be doing another menu change coming up this month.
Wow.
For like our winter.
Mm-hmm.
And Florida winter. Right?
Yeah. Look at us. I got my long sleeve. I'm all bundled up.
But these are just a couple of those items. And like here we have our current preparation for the octopus. It has the aji panca, paste marinade, which is Peruvian, like a Peruvian chili paste. We use quite often. We have our seared scallops, which are
They
great
look
hit.
amazing.
Everybody loves
Yep.
those. And then we have our pumpkin casoncelli, which is like a ravioli. Traditional like northern Italy, they do quite a bit of different renditions of that. We did a pumpkin one because it was very fall-ish. Like,
I'm going to serve Lubie today because I don't want his cooties getting all over my plate.
oh no!
But this looks fantastic. I mean, first of all, this is like a beurre blanc. I mean,
it's just like brown butter.
Just brown
butter. We have candied pumpkin seeds.
It smells great.
Thank you.
And I'm going to take 2 of them with some of the sage. I'm going to take 1 sage. Do people eat sage? You can eat it straight up, like as a fresh
like
herb.
Crispy basil. People eat them all the time.
I'm going to cut. Lubie's become a big polenta fan, so we got polenta here, right?
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a crispy polenta. And we did a porcini ragu.
Oh, wow. So porcini ragu sounds sexy. It looks great. Oh, my God. I'm looking at this thing. I've never heard it put that way.
No, never.
Porcini ragu.
I'm excited.
So it's a lot of red wine and porcini and
red wine and porcini.
And onions. You can't go wrong. So
put
that over a little crispy polenta.
We've got the fresh rosemary on top.
Yeah, it's thyme.
Oh, is that thyme?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that shows you what I know about my. No, of course it's thyme. Time is running short. But let me get the polenta here, and I'm going to put a scallop on the plate. The scallops, again, classic, just sear them.
Just a little sear on those, a little butter, and then a little herb oil. And then we have arugula with a hazelnut vinaigrette.
Nice.
A little bit of hazelnuts in there, and then blistered grapes.
Blistered grapes, that's interesting.
Blistered grapes, I'm going to take one of those. All right, so this is on now the menu that is currently there.
Yeah.
That you can find here at Union Kitchen and Bar.
Correct.
But only for a limited time because it will be making way to.
When I know you guys are doing we didn't get to talk much about it last time. But you guys are doing happy hour.
Oh yeah, we do happy hour. Like the polenta dish itself, that's on our happy hour dish.
Okay.
Our happy hour menu. We have like our Peruvian wings. We put those on there.
Oh,
we do our pork belly tacos are on there. So a lot of like the staples that don't go away because people, they would come for me if they did. Those are on those happy hour menus. So. That along with great, drinks. It's a great deal, and it's every day of the week. So
let's talk a little.
And even the weekend.
Oh yeah,
exactly. 5 to 7.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
While I eat, and because I violate all etiquette and protocol when we're on the lunchbox here, and it's what a perfectly cooked scallop. These are big beauty. These are the divers. Oh, the U8.
U8s. We like. You're gonna do a scallop. You might as well do them big. People love it. They get a great sear on them. So.
And with that blistered grape. Gives it that little bit of sweetness.
Extra sweet, yeah, because scallops are naturally sweet, so we give it a little extra. Where it doesn't overpower, it's nice.
It's beautiful. Now I'm going into the polenta with
polenta.
The sexy mushroom ragu, porcini ragu. I gotta say porcini. All right, let's talk about the collaborative dinner and Vinny. Cimino. I keep wanting to say Cimino for some reason. I think it's a hard C, but it's Cimino.
Yeah.
From Cordelia. How's it been going? And what's it like to kind of just get paired up with the chef and come up with a menu?
I think a lot of it when we looked, I'm sure we probably did the same. We both Googled each other's restaurants, right? Mm-hmm. So we looked up, kind of the restaurant.
Was Roberto okay with that? Googling another man?
But if we wanted to check out, like if it would be a good, pairing, because the whole thing is we want to make sure, it's true to what we do. It's true to what they do. And, we don't want to, be like that whole, like, oh, it's a battle situation. No, it's 2 restaurants that have very similar beliefs in obviously the food and what they want to stay true to the food. Like how we do with our background, like I incorporate both our backgrounds into the menu. Vinny was same, and Cordelia is his grandmother, I think. So it's like how he incorporates what is, what he's grown up with and how he does it in a new modern twist, how he tweaks his classics and what he grew up on. So I think a lot of that is very similar to how we do as well, with taking our background.
Yeah, food is a story. You want to tell your own story, your family's background. Now, again, for refresh people, you were born in Peru, or
I was born in Peru.
Right.
I came super young.
And then you spent youth in New Jersey.
I did. Yeah, I grew up a lot in New Jersey. I grew up a lot also in Orlando, Central Florida. And then I started traveling around for work, like Arizona and New York, back to New York, Central Park, and back to Florida. I found me back in Boca, where I met Roberto.
And then
that's it.
Now you got opened up your own
Yeah.
place, and it is just everything I love in restaurants. Like I
Aw.
said to Roberto before, it checks all the boxes because it's cozy, it's warm, it's soulful, it's not corporate. It's a mom and pop shop where both
Sure.
mom and pop are supremely talented at their
Thank
chosen
you.
fields.
Incredible.
And if you haven't been in here yet to Union Kitchen and Bar, you owe it to yourself. If you call yourself a foodie,
Yep.
which is a term I don't necessarily love, but if you just like to eat,
Yeah.
Yes.
this is the place. And if you like to drink, and even if you're not drinking wine, they have a great cocktail program here. If you're not drinking any alcohol, you can get some very nice
Mocktails. Amazing mocktails.
You guys do it all. And so when you have one of these, collaborative dinners, it's not like the normal night where people are streaming in and you've got your 6 o'clock reservations and your
Yeah.
7:30s. This is like everything's got to be plated, served at once, hot.
Yeah.
Have you done a lot of that? And is that the biggest challenge?
We do, yeah. I think when we've done our wine dinners in the past, we usually also have service at the same time. This one we completely said this needs all the attention. We would love to just fully focus on this, so we call it a buyout. So it's basically nothing else is happening that night except this dinner. So it's going to be amazing. It's a lot of courses, a lot of food, and it's a little bit of him, a little bit of me. And it's kind of like you can kind of tell, obviously, what our foods are and so on, but it'll give people like a great variety, a great mix, and the way we paired it with the wines and everything. So it's going to be a super event. I'm excited. It's always nice to do collab dinners. Like I loved it. I did with Paula last year at the same food and wine or the festival to visit Lauderdale. So we did that one at her restaurant, Burla Coast,
right?
And that was amazing. To be able to kind of work with peers,
yeah,
that love what they do, and it's awesome. So to be able to do that with someone again from the Midwest that we probably never would have connected at some point. So to be able to do that and look forward to meeting him, like we've been Zooming,
right,
and emails and so on. So
does he bring some of his staff, like Sue's?
Yeah,
and
I think
things
he's
like
bringing
that?
his Sue. Pretty sure he's bringing his Sue. And then we'll meet him probably Monday, and we'll
Nice.
get together on Tuesday and do the whole dinner. So super excited about that. It's going to be good. The food is amazing.
It looks like a great menu. Again, we were going over some of it with Roberto, but let's talk about some of the. I guess you've divided it up, right? And it seems like I'm going to say, is the bone-in pork belly you or him?
That's him.
That's him.
So yeah.
So we've got the entrees. Let's go over the entrees here. We got.
So the entrees, for example, is it's going to be both proteins out at the same time.
Mhm.
So it'll be how we're doing our local head-on shrimp. They're coming out of Cape Canaveral. They're like caught.
Interesting.
Brings them over like the day before, and we'll be grilling those and doing our take on like a shrimp and grits.
Nice.
And then it'll be plated, and it'll be plated like family style, like shrimp, a bunch of grits going around the table, kind of like we intend like those family kind of dinners and meals, and that's what the intention is when we do this. There's some dishes that'll be plated, like the ravioli per se, the lobster that'll be individually plated, and like the ice cream course, down at the bottom, the tahini butter and jelly, it's ice cream course.
Tahini nut butter and jelly with the koji sourdough ice cream. This is very foodie stuff going on here. You got flavors and elements from all over the world.
That is I think it's his sous chef was actually allergic to peanuts, so he's like, I use a lot of tahini, and I'm like, that's perfectly fine. We love that. We make all our ice creams here in house too, so he's like, let's finish off on a good note, a different a cool twist on a peanut butter and jelly ice cream flavor. I'm like, let's do it. So
I'm going to give the quick rundown because we went over the hors d'oeuvres earlier with Roberto, but appetizer, we talked about beef tartare again with a sake. It looks great. I mean, you've got. Look at this Japanese milk. Even all the components to all these dishes are like high quality ingredients, and that's why this is a premium event. It's for food lovers, and again, it's going to a great cause with a portion of the proceeds going to Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. Beef tartare, Japanese milk bread, dry aged certified Angus beef is your beef element. Stadium mustard mayo or mastered mayo. Is that
it's a mustard mayo?
Mustard.
Okay.
Typo.
I think it's
Okay.
supposed to be mustard.
I didn't know if it's some
might
new
be a mastered
food thing.
mayo. I'm sure he mastered it.
That's it. That's Kool-Aid pickles. I guess that's pickles that are actually in like a fruit
probably
punch.
in Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
that's his take. I think he said it was very similar to like say a a roast beef sandwich, but
Okay.
kind of like a super. I don't know. It sounds exciting. When
Sounds
he
like
was
my-
explaining it, I was like, oh, I'm down.
It sounds like my grade school lunchroom accident when
Exactly.
I dropped my sandwich into the fruit punch. But malted onion, crispy chips. All right, that's the appetite.
Yeah.
Then we got the squid ink lobster and ricotta ravioli.
Mhm.
Then the entrees: bone-in pork belly, grilled local head-on shrimp and grits. The grilled cauliflower for
Yeah,
the
Those are, like,
vegetable
the
lovers.
sides we'll do. We're doing
Yeah.
the sides, and then we'll have like the grits and stuff on the table as well. So they'll have a grilled cauliflower, kind of like it has crispy chickpeas and all that, like as a vinaigrette, almost like a agrodolce-ish, I would say.
Yeah.
So
That's the
it's
sweet
a good
sour,
side.
yeah.
So it'll be like a good side to the bone-in pork belly. I'm excited to see. Like, we love pork belly here. You guys have
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
it.
pork
It's like
belly's
we
fantastic.
put it on any chance we get. So he's like, I want to do the pork belly. I'm like, do it. I'm excited
Go
to
for
see
it.
this bone-in pork belly.
Sarsaparilla beurre blanc as a sauce with chive and pickled mustard seeds. That's some very, very, again, it's both, kind of soulful comfort food, but with some
A little
high-end
twist, yeah.
ingredients.
Yeah, and that's
Um,
I think,
What's,
what he's-
Vinny, obviously you said his grandmother, he named his restaurant Cordelia for. Was he born in the Midwest in Cleveland,
From what
or-
I understand, yeah.
Yeah, so
So.
he's a product of the Midwest, and again, it's going to be a fine, fun time.
Yeah, I'm
Do you mind
excited.
if I show up?
Oh, you're totally welcome.
Okay,
We would
good.
love to hear what you have to say. 'Cause
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
you know,
No,
you
this
know
is-
food. You eat everywhere, so it's like
He knows eating. I'll give him that.
I do like to eat, and again, all this stuff here is
Fantastic.
knocking it out of the park. Love the porcini ragu.
I'm
and
not usually
polenta.
Mr. Pumpkin, but that is, of course,
No, that's
done
candied
really well.
pumpkin seeds.
candy
Again,
pumpkin
I don't
seeds.
know what happened to me. I used to say, no, keep the sweet stuff and the fruit away from my savory and my main
Yeah, I
courses.
used to
But
be like that
I don't know
too.
if I've grown up or what.
I think it is.
know
We're
I've grown.
adapting. We're
Yeah,
adapting.
I've grown out, and I've grown up because now, like these flavors that you call it a blistered
blistered
grape
grapes.
with the scallop works perfectly. The candied pumpkin seed
Little spice
with
in there too. Yeah.
the pumpkin ravioli works perfectly. I didn't even get to the octopus yet. We're gonna have to
Let's
go
get it
there
over.
now. And what is that with the that's the ahi, the kind of the
Aji panca
Peruvian
marinade.
ahi panca marinade, and it's like a white bean.
Yeah, we have
kind
like a cannellini beanie ragu. So we do a little chorizo, baby onions, and we kind of stew it down. So it's almost like a casserole.
oh my god, this is like oozing out good, beautiful juice. Let me give. What part do you like? The
Any of
the
them.
head,
I'm
the tail?
I'm a
Head or
big
the tail?
octopus
All
fan.
All right, look at it. Oh, there's stuff coming out of it. It's
Yeah,
like a
it's amazing.
juicy. I've never seen such a juicy octopus.
It's amazing.
Piece of octopus here. That's beautiful. I'm going to put some of that
Yeah, we
here.
cook it for a while.
Um,
Maybe braise
this
it.
is tremendous stuff. How
Braise
do
it
you?
low and long.
What do you do in terms of inspiration? Do you just like do you get to travel at all and
We
check
travel.
out?
I think this year we were very lucky. We were able to go to Italy
Oh,
for
nice.
a week, a very quick week, but it was
Wow.
we were able to go, and it's like every time I go anywhere, just anywhere, like we were in North Carolina a couple years back, and it's like just picking up what you can from where you go. But I think Italy is always like a big one for me because I love the food, and it's like it's home to when we go visit, all his family's there, and we're able to eat. His sister has a restaurant right on the lake, so it's amazing to be able to kind of see different in more authentic Italian cuisine and kind of just like true to northern Italy. And you pick up what you can. It's like I remember, I think when we were doing COVID, his mother and I made these casoncellis, but we made them with like ham and just like cheese inside. And I was like, how would I do that? But I was like, I want to make it like seasonal. So I was like, I love pumpkin. People have always asked me like, when are you going to bring pumpkin raviolis back? So I was like, let me tweak it. Let me see how we can do it. And
let me tell you, folks. I mean,
diet-
it's
That's
not
nice.
on the special dinner menu, so you're going to want to buy tickets to the special dinner, VLFoodWine.com. You're also going to want to get in here before
these
the
change.
menu changes, and it's
Yeah.
going to be when, like the middle of the month.
Middle towards the end of January.
This
I'll
is
do
a-
the switch.
And let me just also mind blown is octopus is one of those things that it became so ubiquitous. You saw it on every
Everywhere.
menu, and
Yep.
it seemed like it was all grilled and the same flavors. It was the classic Greek. This you blew my mind.
Yeah, this is well done.
This is so good.
Yeah.
It is an
It's really
explosion
good.
of flavors, and like I said, it's juicy when you squeeze down on it. I guess you got all the. It's just bursting.
Yeah, we braise it with red wine for a couple hours.
It's freaking
Then
great.
we marinate it, we grill it, we try it, we tenderize it. So it's a whole process, and it takes a little bit of work, but we love the outcome.
And
You
the-
get great
the-
octopus. So
the beans with the ahi pan.
beans,
I mean,
there's a little
what do you think?
spice in there.
So you can tell what I think. So I know Mr. Mayo is not outwardly a big octopus fan. My wife and I are. I enjoy it. She loves it.
Loves it.
This is fantastic. The way it's sometimes it can, again, much like a calamari, like it can be chewy. It's not very. It's not one of the easier things to get done right, And the flavors,
it's bursting.
The consistency is fantastic, and then with the beans, it's
a flavor
perfect
bomb.
pairing.
And I don't want to shower you with false praise by saying, "Oh, this is the best octopus I've had this year."
This is as good as any octopus I've ever
It's
had.
only 3 days old.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the best octopus. One of the
it.
best octopuses I've had
really well
ever, or certainly this decade. I mean, you've turned me back into an octopus fan,
really good.
Christy. Thank you.
No,
Job well done. That's fantastic.
Thank you very much.
I can't sing your praises enough. What you guys are doing here is exactly what I love in dining, and I'm gonna call it fine dining because the everything here is elevated, but it's not white linen service. I mean, it's not stuffy at all. So
we never wanted that. We wanted to make this level of food, this level of service, this level of wines, and the whole beverage plan. We wanted all that, but we wanted to do it in a casual setting where you could, if you're coming in, because we're, in a great neighborhood, but when you're coming in, if you want to grab a quick bite on the way home from work, stop in, grab something, off the happy hour. If you want to have a great meal when you're entertaining friends, come on in. We have plenty of space, outdoor seating, indoor seating. And if you're just, taking to go, do the same. But like, we wanted to hit all those boxes, check it all off. But at the same time, be that level of food, without feeling stuffy.
We won't call it fine dining. We'll just call it great eating and drinking. How about that?
I love it.
And if I was still like one of those, food critics handing out stars and stuff like that, based on my last few visits here, based on how this place has grown. And, sometimes it takes a while for whether it's a podcast live stream show, because I didn't know what I was doing at the beginning, but you knew what you were doing in the beginning. It's just sometimes to get everything, the team together and to get all the menu elements. It's there now. This would get my top 4-star rating.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
I lived in a 4-star world. Everyone goes. Some people when I put out my ratings, and they were like, "Only 3.5." I was like, "It's on a 4-star scale. It's not Yelp. I'm not Yelp."
Yeah, everybody's expecting the 5.
I'm
like,
he doesn't do.
I'll take
it's on Yelp.
He never gives 4.
He
never gives 4.
My top grade was 4, and this place
very rare that
it's a 4-star establishment. Again, with reasonable pricing, beautiful wines and cocktail program. Union Kitchen and Bar. It's got everything you want. It's located on North Dixie Highway in Wilton Manors. I think the address, I'm trying to see if I can memorize anything with no sleep. 2309.
2309.
That was pretty good there, Lubie.
Good job.
And Chef Christy Tanote, along next week with visiting Chef Vinny Semino. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be on Tuesday, January 9th. I can't believe we're less than a week out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Exactly. Less than a week out.
It's going to be a fantastic time. Get your tickets now. They are going fast. I bet we're going to see the sold out sign on that web page in the next 24 hours. Do yourself a favor. Do the kids at Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital a favor. And do your belly
stomach howler
a favor. Come on out here to Union Kitchen Bar. Chris, thank you so much for having us today.
Guys. Thank you.
And I look forward to being back here on Tuesday.
In a few days.
Yeah, for sure. We got a spot for you.
Sold me this menu, these drinks, and it's going to be great. Let's take our last break, but first, let me talk about our friends at Rappaport Restaurant Group. There's 4 restaurants. We're going to be visiting one of them next week. On Tuesday, we're going out to Burton Max's.
Yes, sir.
That's in the West Delray marketplace there, right off the turnpike. Very easy to get to. Even if you live in places like Boca or Coral Springs or Broward. Burton Max's is kind of one of those like very also classic comfort food American, and our friend Buddha is the general manager there. We'll see him next Tuesday. And the Rappaport Restaurant Group, Burt Rappaport, he knows what he's doing. He has been in the business ever, and his people, he hires, creative chefs and great managers who are people pleasers. They know how to, it's all about hospitality business for Burt. And Burton Max's, Deck 84, right on the Intercoastal there in Delray Beach on Atlantic. You could pull up your boat, one of the few places left where you could actually has dockage. Then down in Meisner Park, Max's Grill, been there for 35 years. What's lasted that long in Boca? That's not good. It has to be good. That's Max's Grill. And then we've got the two Prezzo restaurants, which is comfort Italian American food. They're in Boca Raton and along with Palm Beach Gardens. All of the Rappaport Restaurant Group restaurants have all-day happy hours at the bar area and at the high tops. They also have Wine Down Wednesdays and other specials. Go online, check out Rappaport Restaurant Group. You can see on the crawl the different various IG handles. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you, and you will not be disappointed.
When we come back, we wrap up this fantastic, edible, delightful edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox on a Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival Wednesday right here at Union Kitchen and Bar.
Comfort food from a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. Hey, it's Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and daily fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have daily happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting? Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi. Fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova, or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. And I'm back on the Lunchbox. Lubie is with me. My mouth is full of pumpkin ravioli. It's so freaking good.
Yep.
That brown butter sauce and the candied pumpkin seeds on top. Chef Christie here is really emerged as one of the top talents in Broward County.
Yep.
it's really
fantastic
something
job.
to behold because I just love it. I love the menu here. They got a mix of, fresh products, the great seafood, some meat dishes, some pasta dishes using some of the elements of her Peruvian, heritage. That octopus, I was just again, I've never seen an octopus where they marinate it, but when you cut it, it's like juices are
literally
squirting
juices came
everywhere.
out. Yeah, it was crazy.
So thanks again to Roberto and Christy, and you're gonna want to get in here either for the regular menu, the last days of the fall menu featuring the pumpkin ravioli, or the big collaborative of a Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival dinner next Tuesday. Go to vlfoodwine.com or Roberto's Wine Seminar on Wednesday. And again, then after that, they'll be debuting their winter menu, and that you'll be able to have on Valentine's Day with your loved one. Again, make your reservations now for February 14th. It's a Wednesday this year. Before we go, I just also want to put in the good word for today's presenting sponsor, Batch, New Southern Kitchen and Tap in Fort Lauderdale, right at 525 North Federal Highway. It's right there downtown, very easy to get to, and also very easy to park.
Yes.
Because there is a full parking garage offering free parking next door in the apartment complex. A lot of people don't realize that's there.
It's right across the street.
And once you know about that, then it's like there's nothing stopping you from going in there because the food is a scratch, it's made from a scratch-made kitchen, all the Southern classics, fried chicken and waffles. You got shrimp and grits. You got some beautiful happy hour items like the Nashville sliders, the chicken sliders. They've got that bacon tater tot thing, which is diabolical.
The drop biscuits are
drop biscuits with the jam and the honey butter. It's all tremendous there, and of course they've got the craft cocktails, including some of the spirits that they distill exclusively for them, including the pecan infused bourbon with the Madagascar vanilla that makes those great pecan toasted whiskey sours that I love so much. They are open every day of the week. They have live music Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I think they're finishing up their 12 days of Christmas brunch. Holiday brunches are going to continue. I think I'm not sure if today was the last day. I think it might even go through this whole weekend into next weekend. And again, that's including, basically you get the option of the bottomless cocktail drinks for $25, along with a great brunch menu. Batch, New Southern Kitchen and Tap. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, Lubie, I got to get out of here.
Yes, sir. I'm ready to roll as well. Thank you again to Roberto and Chris.
Nurse yourself back to health. I'm going to prescribe for you some hot toddies. Forget dry January. You need
more alcohol.
Hot toddy January. You need some tea mixed with a little bit of bourbon.
There you go.
And maybe a little honey. I don't even know what's in a hot toddy. I just like saying hot toddies.
There you go.
So you get better soon.
You,
Defo, we hope your knee is getting better soon and you get all kinds of whatever service. I don't know if you go into a Jiffy Lube if you need that lubrication in the knee joints. But he will be back on Monday. We are going to be at the new Even Keel Las Olas tomorrow, and we're going to have a special guest too, Paula De Silva from Burlock Coast, who's taking part in one of the dinners with Jeremy Ford, who's a rock star. You know him from Stubborn Seed, and he's gotten Michelin stars at Stubborn Seed. He's been on TV with his Fast Foodies show. He's opening up a new restaurants left and right, including in Las Vegas. He's going to be collaborating with Paula De Silva next week at Burlock Coast for the festival. Paula's going to be paying a visit with us at Even Keel Las Olas tomorrow. And if you want, Even Keel Las Olas is now fully open, including for lunch service, 1111 East Las Olas Boulevard. Brad and Dave would love to see you, along with Chris and Mario. And then on Friday, of course, we'll be back at our usual stomping grounds, Gulfstream Park. That's going to do it for today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Enjoy every scallop and octopus and polenta and ravioli, pumpkin ravioli. Oh, my God, that's so good. Enjoy every glass of red wine and enjoy every sandwich.